wonderful for you. Welcome. Okay, so I caught you guys earlier, and I will tell you the most reason why I am up this late. I hope I'm not too loud. Is African Dreaming and Symptoms of Soil. My beautiful people, I appreciate you, love you. Hope you guys are doing wonderful. If you're here or not here, for anybody who's here. Okay, so I have gotten started late tonight. Probably over in the East Coast. It is early in the morning. And it is 11:29 here on the Northwest time or West Coast time. And if you are up and can't sleep, jump in here and let's rap about some things. We're talking about things that are veterans, and we always talk about things that are veterans. And if so, we will talk to people who are veterans, and we'll just about chopping things up here. Because I was over and I did an earlier a little brief stream. I think it was like 5 minutes. I was over at a chief's house, visiting family, and I asked the chief. I said, "Hey, chief, retired, getting your disabilities. What would you tell? Um, what would you tell people uh, during your struggles, or even that you are retired? What would you tell people, or you were disabled? What?" And so he asked me. He says, "Give me a moment to think about it." And I caught up with him maybe 3 or 4 hours. Well, not 2 or 3 hours later. Because I'm not trying to rush the answer. I want it to be authentic and um, surprisingly, but I guess not so much. But he was saying the same thing that I've told you. But you need to hear it from somebody else. Is have patience, fight, keep fighting, do not stop fighting. He said some. The reason why I laugh because he said something about me. He says, "Well, you know what?" He goes, "I've been thinking I'm tired of you and just bothering them. So they just told us just give him this money so he can go the hell away." But that's how I rock. I mean, it's like, look, until you can prove me totally wrong of what I'm trying to present to you, then um, we have to keep talking. I mean, it's just more than that. It's just not more than what you can prove me totally wrong. I don't want to wait for that. I want to know that you cannot prove me wrong because I've done my research and my homework and I consulted people who are wiser than me concerning these issues. Now, that's the big thing. Okay, now, if you want to talk about it, it's talking to someone who's wiser than you, who knows about these issues. Can you get it for free or how much you have to pay for it? Okay, so you really have to look at that. I refuse to pay for something that I was told it is my right. Now, I didn't refuse to pay because it's just straight up, I just don't want to pay nobody. I refused to pay because first, I didn't have the money to pay. Does that sound like a toupee? Yeah, I didn't have money for a toupee. I didn't have money to pay for it. So, let me see. Hold on. I need to give you guys this background so you can look at that a little better. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. But okay, so you don't have to just look at me, but this is Seattle Center, right down there in the summertime. But I'm going to explain this again. In the summertime is that summertime here, anything over 70 degrees. 80 degrees is hot. It's really hot. Okay, so if you step down into the territory here, it's very hot. Oh shit, this is soil. I got to give props to my queen. Good morning to you, beautiful, and thank you so much for being here with you. I'm gonna bring you up, and we're gonna chop it up like we always do. Let me get all this other stuff out of the way. Well, I almost got out of the way, something that I need to do. But this is Seattle Center, and that's where you can just go down. And you're right. I mean, actually, literally from this particular spot here, they call it the Climate Center now. It used to be a key arena. You're right next door where they play hockey. Literally right next door, you play hockey, and then you're right next door to the Space Needle. So you can go to Space Needle. You got the Glass Art Museum that's there as well. So if you ever go to the Space Needle, just don't make that your trip. Catch these guys, especially after school back in, because it gets kind of funky. But anyway, I digress. Okay, we were talking about what here? We were talking about, and I'm gonna bring you up something. So I'm gonna work beautiful. It's always good talking to her. She's a veteran as well. She's no joke. And if you ever went to her channel, when she comes up, we're gonna talk about that. But anyway, so what I'm talking to you about is fighting the fight and staying long term for the fight. Look, I was talking with two veterans today, and actually, one veteran. Until I was actually talking to that veteran, and I was like, you can go and get paid, because this particular veteran has a service-connected illness that is going to get worse over time in their age. So I'll give you, like, when I rap about what I'm going through. Okay, so if I have neuropathy, and I have neuropathy, and then I catch diabetes, it's going to compound the problem of me having neuropathy even worse. Then as you get older, you can be suffering from arthritis. So how, and if you look at this realistically, the VA is giving you benefits because of how you cannot function in a civilian world. Okay, and this is where you get the difference becomes Social Security versus the VA. The VA will give you 100%, but you can get 100% and still not be eligible for Social Security disability insurance or SSI, Social Security insurance. Now, understand this, and I want you to know this. SSI is going to pay if you have a disability that is not allowing you to work. Now, there's different criteria that you can have to look at when you're wrapping to Social Security versus VA. Two total different horses. I'm telling you. All right, you can say, what are those different horses? Well, the VA will say, can you work? Do you have civilian arms that you can work? And if you have civilian arms, like a hand, but your hand has neuropathy issues, well, now that's 10%. If you can prove that through your medical records. This is why it's so important for you to document, pay attention to what you are feeling, what you're going through, and document that. Now, understand this. I'm telling you on the real. Don't go in there playing with these people and start trying to copy me. Blah, 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 blah. No. If you're feeling it, you're feeling it, and you take it to that level. If you're not, don't play with these people. A federal charge is not nothing that you want on your backside. And I don't play like that. But I'm going to inform you of what I have learned. It may not compare to each and every state that you are in, and I may be wrong. I'm telling you what I've been going through. You can come back, check me on this thing so we can get everybody else on point. This is not a channel to where I have to prove that I'm right and give you no. I'm going to tell you what I'm going through. Now, I'll give you another example as this. My good girl, Vanessa Kitty, even Shifting Some Soil. Different states, they are experiencing things different than what I experience in this state here. Heavy Democratic state. I'm not saying it has anything to do with it, but I will say this. When I was in California, they were giving me none of the love that I'm getting up here in Washington State. None of it. So it depends on where you are. I'm not dogging, but I'm just saying, okay? So this is the thing. people don't want to tell you what's really going on, and you really need to know what's really going on. You don't need to know if somebody's going to tell you, well, you're looking for that magic pill that's going to take you to 60 to 100%. No, look, I just finished talking to two veterans who are older than me, served in the military when I was even thought about being conceived. They just got their disabilities 100% 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm just getting mine 4 or 5 years ago. I know there's people who are getting it less than a year, less than 2 years, or less than 3 years. Okay. We're not here to hate. We're trying to see if we can get each other to what we are deserving. And that's our benefit. So that's why I say keep it fighting. Look, 35 years. And I will tell you, honestly, it wasn't until about maybe 6 years ago. I was talking, I ran into a veteran, an Army veteran, way younger than me, was in a wheelchair, running through Chexton, and I was like, wow, what happened? She goes, neuropathy. I said, really? She goes, yeah, my both of my legs and my arms. I said, get out of here. 100% is what she's telling me. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm at only 60%, and I've been suffering for this for years. They sent me a letter, and the letter was saying basically, we apologize for messing up and blah, 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 blah. Here's your back pay. Here's where you're going to be. almost 35 years. Almost 35 years ago. So this is why I'm rapping to you. And I want you to stay on point with this. Is because what I'm trying to explain to you and what I hope that you do, and I'm not trying to preach to you. Throw it out the window if you don't like it. I have no madness about it at all. But I will tell you, a brother told me back in 92, 94, you a veteran? I said, yeah. I said, you? He goes, yes. He says, what is your... I said, well, this is what it is. He goes, I'm going to tell you, you better keep going and talking to your doctors about it. Don't stop talking to them about it. Look, sometimes we feel like what we're experiencing is not worth it. Maybe we're just tripping. But, bring it in a polite question. Like, so I did that. And to this day, I regret not knowing this gentleman's name. But what he told me back in 92, 94. But I was doing it before then, and I wanted to give up. I was doing it at 87. I started doing it. Of logging, talking to people, and telling them, my doctors. And I had some cool doctors, really cool doctors. But if I did not stop saying, and at this time, as I was talking about it, I will tell you what I learned in the future and what I learned. And I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this, okay? And I hope you can grasp this, and I hope we're not really just shooting above the stars here. And that is this. Your society that you live in lives in on a certain philosophy. And what I mean by that is this. A certain philosophy is that, let's use thou shalt not kill without being promoted to do these certain things. But we have this philosophy how we roll. As you go to your hospitals, they had a philosophy at that time. Now, I want to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, who Rene Descartes is? And if you don't, Rene Descartes is a philosopher. Look him up. Rene Descartes had a philosophy of, what was it? Therefore I think, therefore I am. Okay. Now, if you would want to go in and you'll find out how that's been debunked. A lot of Rene Descartes' philosophy are and still have been debunked as the years go through. And understand that the VA was going with that particular philosophy. Now, that's my opinion, and from what my little research is that they were going with that particular philosophy of Rene Descartes. If I don't see it, the X-rays don't see it, then it does not exist. If it does not show any physical dysfunctional, it does not exist. Now, I know it's more in depth than what I'm saying. I'm doing it more like a very surface level, but I mean, because the thing is, we can go into mental issues. They cannot be seen through an X-ray. They can be seen. They can be seen, but they cannot be seen physically. So, when we're talking about dealing with your issues, it does not mean that they cannot be seen over years. So Rene Descartes' things got debunked, and they're moving into another philosopher. And I'm sorry, I am not there yet. But help me look it up as well. But a lot of philosophies, a lot of philosophers, especially when you look at into medication medicine, they're all are going to be built off of philosophies of why they. If you take, we talked about aspirin and how aspirin can be detrimental to your health. So if you start looking it up and you start getting more information about it, but that's why a lot of people are trying to go holistic. I am not pushing you to any rim. I work out. I am doing my thing. I suffer from a lot of medical issues, but my thing is to just inform you is this. While you're rolling and going through what you're going through, if you know, and this is the thing I want you to understand, I want you to really stay in focus with. When you know, on the daily life that you live, and I'm telling you, I'm 59 coming up. When you start feeling something that's changing in your body, like for example, I have acid reflux issues, right? Now I know people who have acid reflux issues that are younger than me, and what they say is because of if you eating or you're drinking like sodas, beers, or anything that I guess is just bubbly. I don't know. Okay, this is what some people who are taking these medications have told me about it. So when I'm taking it, and it's like, okay, all right. So if we could talk to you about doing something that's more healthier than having to wait to get where I am, and you can live your life healthier. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. The only thing I'm going to sell you on is understanding your body and paying attention to your body. But a lot of people don't worry about that until they're about when they get 50. Then they start experiencing these things. But I want you to start paying attention so you can start holistically living your life better. What I mean by that is eating right, not eating a lot of foods that have a lot of fried foods. Stay away because there's a lot of different greases, especially when you go to different restaurants. They cook their food in different types of oils, and then how much does it take to get there, and then you'll have like that much of meat and that much of deep fried crap over it. Okay. So I just want you to be aware of that and start paying attention to that, because I'm telling you, I'm back in the gym, and we'll talk about this on my 59th. I'm going to get up and shoot it with you guys and girls. But anyway, back to the matter. Is Are you staying strong with your fight? And if you're not, hit me in the chat and tell me why not. Or hit me on my Gmail and tell me why not. Tell me why you're not. I mean, I understand. It is it's a bitch to get told that you did not you lost your hearing. It's a bitch to get told that, but it's worse if you do not ask why. Make them prove to you exactly why you lost your hearing. Not hearing, but your hearing as far as looking for your VA benefits or whatever. Okay. It is your right to get in touch with your representative and talk to your representative and have your representative explain to you why you lost it and if you can move forward. Now, I'm telling you this as well. Do this by giving your representative respect. Okay, even if you can go, look, okay, you can ask the questions. If they're not asking the questions, my girl Vanessa Kitty's in the house. Let me give her some love right before I get you feel this hearing, and after that, feel etc. Yeah. Now, me and my wing woman Vanessa Kitty and my good girl Shifting Soul, we talked about this, and that is look here. Just because someone told you no, you need to understand why. And you need to understand that you are entitled to ask why. Now look here. Now let's break this down. Now I want you guys and girls to understand this and be real about this. If you are working at a civilian job and they decide they want to fire you at a civilian job, you would have to hopefully give up some money or have a serious enough case for an attorney to even address your issues. Okay. Now look what I said here. You would have to have some money to inquire an attorney. If you're not with the union, you're going to have get money to inquire an attorney. If you're with a union, okay. Now, this is the same thing we're talking with a VA thing. You don't have to have an attorney to file. You don't have to have an attorney to file an appeal. So why aren't you filing that appeal then? File that appeal. You're not paying for it. What you have to have is a good representative, and you're going to have to make that decision upon that. Am I right, Kitty? Am I talking about it? Once I lost a claim, I did not appeal further, but the other item I had to appeal, I won on appeal. Yeah. Now, and I like what my wing woman Kitty says too, and that is true, is that some claims that you have not thoroughly looked into and probably planned about it, and this is why we're here talking, is because you lost that appeal for not having enough knowledge about why you even came to that stage to file an appeal. Now, I want you to dig this. All right, check this out. I had a gentleman, brother. And let me clear this. When I say brothers and sisters, I don't care if you're Caucasian, whatever you're my brother, but I'll say that Caucasian brother, Caucasian sister, Caucasian male, whatever, black male, but whatever. Okay, but when I say brother, I see me this. Brother is this first. He's a human. Second is he's a veteran. Okay, third, he's a black man, like I am. Well, I call myself a black man. So they hit me up. Oh man, we better not file these appeals. We better not do this. You know, they're looking for people filing fake stuff. man, you better watch your back. I'm like, like I say, we don't sit here and play with people trying to file claims just so they can get extra money. I understand. I want the extra money, but before that, I want my service connected disabilities to be addressed first and foremost. You messed me up, fix me. Give me my benefits after that. But and if it comes to pay, oh, you gosh darn Skippy, I want that as well. Okay? Am I being too ambitious, ladies and gentlemen? If I am, you guys hit me up and let me know in the comments. Because I always say I get in my rants, but no. I mean, that's true though. I mean, are we talking? Are we playing with that? No. Hell no. And that's why I tell you about even my girl Vanessa Kitty, my girl, has experienced some things that that I have to give her blessings and praise for her. And I would say that with Chef's Soil as well. I would, you guys and girls, you really kick it, and that's what we need to bring it to. And I know Kitty answered. Hey, Kitty, you answered Tina Taylor's. I hope you heard from her. I haven't seen her in a while. I hope she's doing good. Miss her out there too. And African Dream, if you up, if you're not, I understand. This is a good day. But yeah, so my thing was this. If we're talking about handling our disabilities, are we actually talking about them? If we're not talking about them, then okay, then how are we supposed to get these things done? Oh, here we go. And see, Vanessa Kitty is veteran of foreign wars, and that's the VFW. Check out your chapters if you're around there, or just drop Vanessa Kitty a line and ask her, because over here too, I have the VFWs. I've known them to do some very good work as far as representing disabled veterans or veterans who are not sure about their disabilities. Look, if you are ever in the military and you ever went to the medics, you ever went to the Met Station, hospital, you need to go and start pulling up that information when you were there and what were you there for. Then you can start pushing forward. Okay, now understand this as well. Okay, they just did the PAC Act, which was the burn pits. I need you and everybody who's listening to this. I need you to start diving into that. Really, I need you to come and dive into that. Come in up on here. We're gonna get up on here. I'm gonna try to be every I say Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. I was up earlier because I was visiting some good people over in Renton, Washington, and so that was just a brief. But get in touch and start talking with some people and being real. We're not Kitty, you're gonna start knowing this, and if a Gail ever shows up, you guys start vetting people out here. I mean, I'm not no big YouTuber. I don't even know what subscribers I am, but when I come up here, I'm going to give you some real answers that what I am seeing, experiencing, and talking with other veterans. I asked 2 senior veterans today. I said, could you tell me what I could tell? I said, I don't have a topic to bring. I said, I could bring this and I could bring that. I said, but, I want to lean towards, this. And I said, I talked to my people, my family on YouTube. I said, you're retired. You were in the military before I was even probably thought about. And I said, what would you tell everybody? He says, tell them to keep up the fight. Don't quit. Keep up the fight. And he turned to me and he says, you know how it is. He says, you were fighting for how long? He says, people didn't believe in you. He said, people didn't even, he says, but you got to where you are. He says, you helped me and told me to fight. He says, and he was born before I was, and he was even in the military before I was thought about being born. And I'm like, well, yeah. And he says, well, tell your people they need to keep fighting. They don't need to give up. This is why I tell each and every one of you who are listening to me how special you are. It's not just listening to me, it's special because you are trying to keep up the fight. And that is salute in my book. That is, I'm a Buddhist, namaste, much blessings. And I want you to keep up the fight. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. But you can click over to the Seattle Blk Veterans page. You can talk to Vanessa Kitty. Vanessa says, the VA is granting accredited to the organization of attorneys who allow representatives before the VA on your behalf. Yes. And this is exactly what I'm saying is the VA is one of the two things that are happening to you or happening to me or happening to a lot of other people. And one is we're not aware. We're not aware of can we fight and how to fight and what we are entitled to. Look here. When you walk into a room and it's totally dark and you don't see anything and your eyes are wide open, but you don't see anything, the problem is you're scared to go wherever because you're not aware or you're not informed of what your next step should be. Now, dig. I'm not telling you what your next step should be. What I'm saying is this. The more you become aware of what is around you and where you're heading to, the more you can have a better idea how to navigate through all of these situations. Now, if I'm wrong, you go ahead and drop it in the comments or hit me a 1, hit me a 2, and tell me that I'm screwed up with this. Okay, hold up. My queen says, Vanessa Kitty says, question, is the VA accommodation is required to assist the VA in preparing his or her claim? Representative, yes, accredited means authorized by the VA to assist the claimant. Yes. That's 1 second. Shout out to OG Produce. Love you, baby girl. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Hang on, kid. I'm right back. I haven't seen you in a while, OG. We got to wrap. Good to see you, dear queen. All right. Okay. But yeah. Hold up. Vanessa Kitty. See now, Kitty. Okay. Does everybody see this? What I'm putting it what Vanessa Kitty says on here. And I will tell you this because I am not 100% CFR knowledgeable. But like we said, chapter 38, and then she's bringing it into, and you see. Now, if you're up in here, you will see preparation or preparing you how to deal with benefits and claims. This is another, and Kitty's giving it to you. Another brother gave it to me the same way and was telling you how to address those claims. And now look, like Kitty says, and it's so true. And I'm gonna keep this up so you guys, if you want to go and look it up and you can do your research on it, is if you think you have a claim to file, there are basic steps that you have to go through in order to proceed with your claim. Okay. Kitty's dropping it on here. Okay. Hope you got it. Let me see. Kitty is the representative claims and benefits. And I'm going to tell you, I thought I had my stuff in the bag. Oh, good. I gotta get my claim. It's gonna be all good. Right. Come back. Nope. You're denied. Okay. So this is, I'm gonna bring you back over to this here, and I want you, everybody, to see this. And Kitty's my wing woman, so I'm gonna have to give you. But I always tell people, if you don't know the CFR, okay, if you're not familiar with the CFR, and if you're not familiar with Chapter 38, you can go and start looking up in that particular chapter. Now, my another video, I'll probably put it on here. But if you're not familiar, I always say this. If you don't have somebody like Vanessa Kitty, Seattle Blk Veterans, dropping something in your ear, it's going to pique your antennas. You're thinking to get a representative. And like Vanessa Kitty, she's a VFR. I am a member of the DAV. To say I'm a lifetime member, but I do not represent them. I'm talking to you on my own behalf. And the same with Vanessa Kitty on her own behalf. She's only giving you from that. And so we want to see you as grow and get your thing here. Much love and salutes to my brother, African Dreaming. Oh, what the heck? Yeah, okay. We're going to give it to you like that, my brother. It's good to see you, African Dreaming. And yeah, you got to say hello to Miss Kitty and Vanessa. She's on point. And we got, yeah. So I'm telling you this. As we wrap, okay, Dick, there is new things coming down the pipeline. Now, I want you to focus. I was having this conversation earlier today, and we're talking about, all the politics. And I'm like, I'm not a heavy politic person. I already kind of figure out where I want to go, what I want to do, and they have to line up to what I want. I'm not trying to line up to all this rhetoric and anything. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so we're talking about this. All this stuff going on, but nobody's telling us how to handle what's going on or try to get ahead of the ball or the curve to know what's going on. Okay, so this is why we rap to you. And I'm meant to give you this too. And blessings to each and every one of you who are on my page, because each and every one of these people on my page, I guarantee you this. I will not forget their names if I ever get to whatever. I don't know. What is it? They say 1,000. I don't know where I'm, but I will say this. Dig, this is what we need to focus on. It's not being played. It's not being pumped. It's not being, it's not being dogged. It's us being aware. Okay, so when we start rapping here, if you don't, I'm going to start pledging within the first 5 seconds. If I'm not talking about what we're trying to get to the point of, that you need to turn it off, because that's my attention span, and I do apologize for that. If you hang with me longer than that, I love you for it, because I'm like, okay, good, okay, whatever. And this is why I have my winged woman Kitty, who's up in the place. OG Bertice, it's always good to see you, girlfriend. OG, you got to come up here and let us know what's going on with your girlfriend, because we haven't seen you in a while. And I think what you do is pertinent for people to be in tune with, okay? So this is my shout out to OG Patrice via the TLA, and the rest of my brothers and sisters via TLA who are here, and Vanessa Kitty, who's my wing woman. Vanessa Kitty is a cool ass veteran, and if I don't catch it, she's gonna catch it, and she's gonna help us move along with this. Okay, so dig this. What we don't talk about with people is we always talk about we have problems, we have issues. Yes. That's always going to be remain at every point in walking your life. There's going to be problems and there's going to be issues. What we're trying to do is conquer those problems and handle those issues so we can move ahead in our lives to be better for our own cipher. You feel me? So this is what we're saying. When we come and talk to Seattle Blk Veteran, it's Vanessa Kitty that's blessed me here, shifting to soil, all you beautiful people. It's because you're bringing something, because you feel something, and it's because I feel something with you as well. And so this is what we need to rock with. Okay. All right. So I was supposed to actually start my stream at 9 o'clock, but I was out visiting, and I hope you caught it earlier. And I like to take you guys on tours with me and trips with me when we're talking about the backgrounds and everything. I'm back in the studio. I'm actually getting ready to move in probably the next 2 months here. And so everything's going to be up in shambles. But anyway, back to the point. When you roll here, what we're talking about is this. How is life treating you? And do you know what your benefits are? And this is whether you're a veteran or not. Do you know how special you are and how you can still stay on top of the curve? Now, let me tell you this. I'm going to actually start digging into as looking at it in the civilian mode, because I have been looking at everything and still look at everything as a veteran mode. Now, if you're a veteran, this is what I say. If you're struggling mentally, yes, it's going to be a thing that you're going to have to deal with and work with. I would say this, and I didn't put this on because I'm not, wasn't coming to really talk about all that, but I would say this. If you're struggling mentally, you're going to have to find a way. Let me tell you this. The Seattle Blk Veteran, when I started struggling mentally, I went to every church that I can go to try to seek peace. I'm not recommending telling anybody. I found a way for me was in Buddhism, and that was just meditating and being in my own cipher and just understanding who I am and what I'm about and where I'm moving forward. And I started from the breath techniques, but I'm not pushing on anybody, but I would say I'm not downplaying anything. But what I'm trying to say is seek and thou shalt find. Don't quit. Don't give up. Look, and that was just getting my freaking mental cipher going on, let alone worrying about what benefits from the VA. Man, hell yeah. So you're entitled to what you have made sacrifices for. And I'm going to tell you this, and I agree with the TLA. And thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you. He's always on my ass too, but he's a good brother. If you're a 40 years old, you have something to say. I mean, it's not just saying bull crap out there, but you have experience in things. Now it's how you experience that. Let's get this straight, boys and girls. God does make old fools. Yes, he does. Unfortunately. There are some people around here that's older than me who I don't know where they're coming from, their philosophy of thinking and how they're thinking. And I know some people, and they can say the same thing about me. But I have to have respect. And that's what I give, because that's a part of what it is being at this particular age, born in Texas and in the military. It's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Okay? I know y'all going to freak out like, what the hell? No, but that's real talk. Okay, so as you're seeking to find who you are and what you're about, look here. Be very cognizant about what you hear or see on the internet. Let me tell you this. Geez Louise. I was told this. A book this thick, yeah, I can get power from a book that's probably shorter than that. But this book here, which I can't really display to you, is actually a book very full of wisdom. And the wisdom is, where are you trying to go in your life? Let me get you to understand this. Wherever you're going in your life, just because it's different from me does not make you worse. Doesn't make me worse. It makes us individuals who are trying to seek a better path of living without sacrificing people in our wake or in our path. And what I mean by that is, look, good Lord, everything that I've been through, Just because you haven't been through what I've been through does not make you worse. It makes you better than me. I hope you don't have to go through that, but it can make you better. Depends on how you take it. Okay, that is just because you haven't had to suffer doesn't mean that you should not be understanding of what suffering is. And I would say this, that you guys hit me up in here and you tell me this. Unfortunately, in our lives, we will see at least two things that will traumatize us. Yeah. And unfortunately, we can say that can be the passing of your parents, grandparents, but it's how we adjust our lives to look at things and understand this and be grateful for the moments that we have. And this is why I am so grateful for each and every one of you who ever come to my page, is because I appreciate you for at least saying, wow, there's some other things that are popping off and some things that need to be addressed that are not addressed. And we need to address those. And some of them are going to be with a thing of where it's just, look here, back in my mother's days, you didn't do no Jerry Springer crap like that. No, that was totally taboo. Even back in their days, don't talk about if you went to a psychiatrist. Back then it was a shrink. You can't tell nobody that. So you have to go, okay, well, how do you handle what you need to handle? Now, I have to say this as well. I have to give respect for some of our younger generations, because I was saying, man, you know what? I would have to apologize for us giving you what we gave you as far as handling your future. Okay, but now let me say this at the same time as well. Just like I was born and never knowing my father, you were born with this here. So the thing is, once you're you're old enough to be called an adult, you got to start handling the situation as an adult. Believe me, I'd have a good time going through that. Hell no. Let me see here. My girl Vanessa Kitty said, "I wish I was washing dishes but listening." Oh, thank you, dear heart. I'm so sorry. Very true, brother. Finding gratitude each every day is important. Yeah, okay. So this is why I say that. And some people come on and say, I'm coming into the Seattle Blk Veterans page where we talk about veteran things. I'm like, well, I'm a veteran and we're talking about it. Yeah, so what I was saying, it was just this. With each and every one of you, honestly, I would say this sincerely. And I would tell you this, even if I end up blowing up or this times like right here, I'm more appreciative of. I really am. Because African Dream, Vanessa Kitty, OG Police, all you guys, even Sir Harold, you guys drop in and you show some love. And honestly, for me, I don't know why, but I really don't. I don't. But I'm appreciative. I'm very, I'm very, and gratitude. I am. And it's because because I was asking this chief today. I said, you know what? Look, I need to rap to you. He says, what's up? I said, well, I'm going to do a live stream tonight. I said, but I got a few topics that I can talk about, but I don't really want to talk about this. He said, so what's up? I said, well, let me ask you. I said, well, you this disability and you're retired from the military. He goes, I said, so how does it? I mean, what would you tell everybody? And so he says, well, give me a minute. I'll talk about it in a minute. So a few beers later for me, I went in and I talked to him. And I go, He pulled me over. He goes, "Hey," said, "you were asking me the question." I said, "Yeah." I said, "So, what would you tell everybody?" He says, "What would you tell everybody?" I said, "Well, I already told people that, um, stay strong and fight the fight." He goes, "Well," he says, "well, you told me to stay strong and you helped me get there." And I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "That was four." I said, "That was 4 years ago." He goes, "Yeah, it was 4 years ago." I'm like, "Geez, Louise." I said, he retired before I even went in. I think before I even got out of the army, he was retired. So, so this is what I'd say to you guys, and this is what, guys and girls. I mean, like, it's like, I mean, honestly, uh, I'm going to get in here and we're going to pump some information, but I'm giving you guys on a real time aspect because this is what I'm saying too. Um, as a this is my girl. You guys are beautiful, and thank you. Honestly, I would say this: I am blessed. I got a lot of my creators like you guys. First, I want to say give lots of respect to the goddamn bacon, goddamn bacon, and African Dream and Shifting to Swirl. And Kitty, you guys hung with me last time. We kept this rocking. I wasn't expecting to be up this late, but okay, let me get focused on this. Okay, because I need to get this across. Is and Kitty can tell you the same thing. And Kitty, Vanessa Kitty is one girl. She's my. I'm gonna get you guys over there in there too, especially. But time it's a fucking monster if you're not careful. Oh man, look at this brother here, Peter Investor. Love you, brother. Thank you for showing up. I had to give you some props. You my man. Peter be hanging me with African Dream, and then but that's what I get on my rants. But this is the main thing. And I honestly tell you, when sometimes I don't think about, I tell you every time you're listening to me, I live by a fire station. Patty J. Wicker says, I live by a fire station. You can hear almost every time. Yeah, I don't care. And it's like 12:21 in the AM over here. So, okay, but anyway. You're going to get a lot of people who are going to give you real talk. There's a lot of good veteran content creators who are on the YouTube, and I would say I admire about them is that they will talk to you, and they will show you visuals. You go to the va.gov. And these guys are really cool. I mean, they will point some things out to you. Man, I'm telling you, I still watch some of them. I'll let you guys pick and choose. I'm not always out there putting things out there. Oh, you got it, my brother. You got it, Vanessa. You got it there. Peter Investor. Yes, appreciate you. Okay, so the only thing I would say, I'm not more special than them, and I'm very appreciative of them as well. And I would say check out some of their stuff because the thing where I'm going to bring it to you is this. I'm walking through it. I'm living it right now. Now, you guys can tell me if it's wrong, if it's right, if I did some moves that were wrong and they were right. But just like my brother here, and I hadn't heard from him. I don't know if he likes me mentioning his name, so I won't say his name. He's going through a hearing too. He just got denied, and I got denied with mine. So everything that I'm telling him, I'm going through, and I will tell you honestly, it's like a shot to the gut, the breadbasket. When you get told that you have been denied, and then you have to go to an appeal. But this is why I am rolling with you and showing you and telling you what I'm going through. So maybe you can do it better. And I would say this. know the CFR 38 and be with your representative, whether they're from whatever place they are. You need to sit down and talk with them and ask them what it is. And when you get denied, get over the point of being denied and go to the point to whereas why they denied you. Where does it show that specifically in the CFR 38? Okay, now I set on mine for 2 weeks. You got time, but I set on mine for 2 weeks. I want the sting to go away that I have to go through this bullshit, and then I have to keep, making sure what I'm doing that I should be doing. Okay. So now this is what I'm rocking with you with. I'm rocking with you to tell you this. When you're going to talk to somebody who said they got denied, roll with them and see what they did. See if it worked. See if it didn't. I'm going to put me before you because I'm going to let you know what I am going through to what I am legally able to let you know what I'm going through. I'm just letting you know what the outcome is here and there. All right. So as I move forward and as this thing is going to take months to go through, just like yours will. If you got denied, it will take months to go through. You have an appeal process that can take months as well. And on top of the appeal process, you may be able to present evidence that may help you before you go through the appeal process. All right. So, look, I'll give it to you like this. Let me break it down to you. Here we go. Okay. All right. How many of us have ever had a car accident? I mean, where somebody ran into us or you ran into them. How many of us ever have that? Put a 1 in the chat if you ever have that. If you ever had a car accident and your first time of having a car accident, all right? Now, here you are and you got kids now. You've been through car accidents. Your kids have been through car accidents, but when they've been through the car accident, they're going to call you and go, Mom, Dad, what the hell should I do? How should I handle this? You're going to tell them, this is what you need to do. Calm down. Get the insurance information. Take any photos if you can. All right. We're going to talk to your insurance company, right? This is how I'm trying to rock with you. All right? I'm not saying I know everything, but I'm telling you what I've been through and what I'm still going through. I talk to my VA doctors and I tell people, look, just because you got 100, there's just no way that you're over it. No. You should be grateful that you're going to have somebody now that you're 100 that's going to give you your medications 100%. Everything should be taken care of, but I say be grateful if they're only treating you. If they're not treating you respectful, you got some problems. All right. So the thing is, get in there and handle your business. Get what you are entitled for. All right. And like we say, keep fighting. Look here. The PAC Act, which had to do with the burn pits. Did you know that is actually benefiting and helping veterans who suffered from the Agent Orange or any veterans who have suffered from any chemical related issues? And this goes back to World War I. Huh? So, oh, that's my girl. That shit is so I love you, beautiful. Yeah. So, the thing is, if you keep fighting, and the thing is, if I look here, I'm gonna tell you this. I got some cool ass doctors. My primary care doctor is a cool dude. I'm maxed out on 4 gabapentins, 12 a day. That's maxed out. I'm gonna have to move to something else because I'm still suffering from pain, and I don't want to go to nothing else. But so I got to figure it out. And so I don't want to ask them for more because I don't want them thinking that I'm this or that or whatever. But, here I am talking to you and telling you that, hey, so next time I talk to in fact, I am going to call tomorrow, which is Monday here on Northwest, and I'll have this conversation and I'll let you guys know what is up with that. But this is, like I say, it's to keep you on the real. Look here. Know this. Nobody, people, you have to go on the internet, search for stuff. I understand. I do it as well. Finding the right people is going to give you the right information. Yeah, I know. I know. If you really want to know, how crazy it is, go look and try to figure out how, with any software you want to understand how many people give you some crazy ass information. I did. Okay, so what I'm saying to you is this. I'm hoping I'm helping you. I'm hoping I am giving you some information that's going to, when I first started doing this here, I was, very like, oh man, kind of still wet behind the ears and mouth smelling like Similac. Yeah. But here we are now. So, my thing is this. If you dig, you dig. If you don't, you don't. I mean, it's cool with that. But I'm saying this. Within the first 5 seconds, we're going to be talking about what you need to be hearing and what you would like to be hearing. If it's something that you have a question about, drop it in the comments. And just, you don't even have to like and subscribe if you don't want to. But if you like, I pretty would appreciate that. But just drop the question in the comments, because what we're trying to do is give you some information that is going to help you progress with being better in your particular situation and get you going here. So let me get over here and drop this thing in there, because I know you guys are going to kill me tonight, because I'm going to hang in here with you guys tonight, though. And I know African Dream and this brother here, bless his beautiful heart, I know he's just getting up and bless his heart, because he spends his time even dropping something to the Seattle Blk Veteran, and I appreciate it. So, and like you guys, you can call me Black Veteran Seattle or whatever. I'm cool with it. I understand. And in the future, I'm pretty sure I'm going to chop it up. But here we go. But anyway, yeah. So before we get started here, I'm going to drop you guys some little rhythm here, because I have to run over and grab a beer. Oh, no, I'm cool. We'll do this. Let's get you guys and girls up here. Get up here, Ship Him to Soil, African Black, and yeah, anybody else? Peter, Peter, you're in a low cut, Peter. Yeah, Peter Investor's always in a low cut. We're gonna have to get him up here. And if I ever get him up here, then I don't hear nobody saying nothing. I'll be the first. But yeah. So I mean, if nobody wants to come up, I understand, and we're gonna do this quickly. And I just appreciate each and every one of you. And honestly, because of everyone who's here right now, this is what made me come home. Look, check this out. I did a quick live over in Renton, Washington, and in the background you saw where they built the 737 Max. So I'm belling home. I get all the way home and forgot my phone where I was, so I had to go all the way back and get my phone. And I said, no matter how late it is, I am going to get up and do a live stream with my peoples. And you don't have to come up if you don't want to, but I want to let you know I appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you. So, like I said, what I'm going to start doing is, and I have to give Michonne Denise a lot of credit too. Bless you, beautiful heart. And let me just give a quick shout out so I can get these guys, because I'm going to forget everybody. Everyone who's here right now. My man, African Dreamer for sure, Shifting Soil, Peter Investor, hey, OG Patrice for dropping in. You gotta get in here, OG, because I miss you at Frank Gooden as well. Shout out to Frank Gooden as well. The TLA, yes, give them much love. Suzette Speaks. I haven't been over there. I haven't heard from her in a while. And please give me a scratch in my ear so I get this feedback. Yeah, and God bless it. I know I'm gonna get in trouble because every time you give shout outs, when you go to bed or whatever, you go like, dude, I didn't say shout out to that person. I mean, that's what for that one. But so please forgive me if I didn't get anybody in here, and I need to be Michelle Denise, and just say you're ready to shout to all my people. Kevin Samuels, RIP, my brother, rest in paradise, as well. Okay, so this is how the Seattle Blk Veteran. I started my channel out. We're addressing a lot of, and we still are addressing a lot of veterans. And I don't care what your nationality is, what your gender is, or whatever. If you serve, you serve. We have to be taking care of issues that are addressing why you are not receiving the full benefits that you are required and entitled to. So this is how I am going to get down on my page. Like I say, and I'm not going to keep giving this prerequisite. I put it in the comments, whatever, next time before I put it up. But I'm not a veteran. I don't represent the VA. I don't represent anybody who works with the VA. I'm not working for attorney, blah, blah, blah. And on top of that, if you come to my channel, it's not about bringing nobody smoke. Address your issues. Let's talk about them, especially their veteran issues, so we can take care of those. And if you agree or don't agree, you have a right to disagree, but you don't have a right to disrespect anybody on this panel. All right. So I mean it on the real, and I'm 58, so I ain't got far to live for. Worried about whether I'm going to pick up a million subs in a couple of years. I'm clowning, but what I mean is this, though. Look, we have serious issues to conquer or to talk about in this days and age. We don't have time to be played with. And so when it comes down to it, it's like, okay, what's up? Let's talk. Hit the Seattle Blk Veteran with a question, and let's chop it up. We come on here, we're going to bring it up so we can chop it up. I like my late night people, Shifting Some Soil, African Dreaming. And Peter Investor. You guys, man, if I missed you on an OG, if you still love girlfriend, I still want you to drop some info for we can get a hold of you, because I do miss you, my dear lady. Gellert Knight as well, Uncle Stu, Old Man on the Block. I know I'm missing probably a gang of people in Beautiful Lives. Also, give them love. Okay, but anyway, let's get back into this here. What are we here for? Well, we come on the internet. Yeah, we want a little bit of entertainment, but we want some entertainment that's going to give us some. Let's get entertainment that's going to give us some information. And I like what KRS once called it. It was edutainment. And if you don't know KRS One, Chris Rock, no, not Chris Rock, KRS, Chris, back in the day, from an East Coast rapper. Look at KRS and One, and you'll get some information from him. But anyway, yes. But our thing is to bring you this information without charging you for it, and hopefully it can bring you something for it. Now, I don't want you to get this confused with you pay for what you get. Yeah, because I didn't pay for it and I got a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, no. Go look it up and let me know if I'm full of it. And then you can tell me. You can come back and say you're full of it. Get your facts on point. But my thing is, I get asked questions all the time from people who are 10, 30, 50, 60, 80%. How can I get to 100%? I don't know your particular situation, so I can't particularly tell you how to get there. Now, depends on your situation. Now, let's get this into walks. When I say walks of life, if you have a service-connected disability that will get worse as you get walks of life older, how quick will that get on you? Do you have to wait until you're at 60 before you're feeling all these issues? Maybe not. All right. So this is why I say your walks, and that's going to be your nexus when you start talking to your doctors, if they are not your VA doctors. And don't feel bad if they're not your VA doctors. No, if you have a doctor who's going to help work and help you and understand you, man, go to that doctor. And I'm not saying, because going to a VA doctor, say maybe you get VA benefits now, you can go to one. But if you've been going to your other doctor before then, stay to your doctor. You feel me? Oh, how you doing today? This is Peter Investment saying, "What's up, African Dreamer?" Yes, yeah, you guys know me because I'm gonna give it real, and that's the problem. Is look, I don't know, and I'm hoping, I don't know if I'm evolving to that type of person or that content creator, but my thing is this. How would it be for me to sit here and watch you get punked, get played, and I know you're getting punked or played? Well, no, it's not even the point of me knowing or thinking you're getting punked or played. It's the thing is that you're getting punked and you're getting played, but you're not paying attention to what's being said to you. And that comes from not doing your research. You are going to have to do your own homework and look through anything that I'm saying. And, is it bull or is it, what? Can you utilize it? But the thing is, you're not fighting by yourself. You have some people who are concerned too. Look, if you don't care about yourself, you can't get nobody to care about you. You're asked out. So, yeah. Hey, you know what, Africa Dreamer? I'm getting to my rants right now again. Peter knows it too. I'm like, oh, good Lord, I need to shut myself down. But no, I talked to some brothers who are doing good, taking care of their business. I mean, getting paid, really. And so I asked them. I said, "Hey, yo, I got to do a live cast tonight." And that was supposed to be at 9:30, but I was still over at their spot. And I go, "Well, what would you tell her?" And he says, "Hey, tell them don't stop fighting. Tell them don't give up, because you telling us, you told us." And I told them, and they get broke off a chunk of change. Now, I'm not saying I got no bulletproof answers. I'm just saying, look. Really, you served your country, and you should be aware. But you're scared to ask? Why? It's free to ask, but make sure you ask the right questions, and you are, and you did research behind your questions. But even when you do research and you don't have all the answers, that's why you get a representative, so they can help you explain to you the answers that you may be looking for. But always know this: if your questions are not answered, why are you sitting on the fence and just letting shit go? Ask the questions, but be polite about it. But good Lord, don't let shit just fly past you because you're scared to ask questions. You're a grown-ass adult, all right? So ask those questions and stop playing. Because when it comes down to it, look here. I talked to this brother today. Okay, look here. What you're entitled to. Say if you get 100%, you're entitled to 100%. Okay. When you're 62, you're going to be entitled to Social Security. Okay, so it's going to be based off of your highest job that you were paid, of how long you did that job and how much that job paid you, and they're going to base it on how much you're going to get when you retire. So it's longevity, how much for your Social Security. So now dig. Let's say you get a maximum of 100%. What is it? 33 a month. Then you're going to get, at 62, you're going to get another about, let's say you did good, you get another $2,000, $2,500 a month. Okay, so you're already racking off the top. What is that? Do the math for everybody. Says 57, right? What is it? No? 57 a month. Maybe, yeah, no, 72 a month, I think it is. So 72 a month, maybe. If I'm fucked up with that, get me on point with that. Pardon my vernacular. I apologize to my mistress, my beautiful kitty. But look at there, and that's just two incomes. Now let's talk about your 401k, right? Mm. Mm. The problem is nobody's thinking past just their current income right now. Your current income plus what when you get 62, you better be having a good 401k, and you better be having what is that? Well, most companies not giving a retirement no more. You better have a 401k that's going to kick in with that, and hopefully you're paying off the top of this. So 401k plus your Social Security disability or SSI, Social Security insurance, maybe when you're 62. And what is it going to take when you get your 401k? It's going to be what, 72 or 62? What is it? 69? So, all right. So this is on the real talk. If you're not taking advantage of the benefits that you're entitled to, this is why we're wrapped. Okay. Let's say you're just getting 80% shop on post, saving taxes with that shopping on post saves you taxes, right? Getting your liquor on post. We already talked about that, right? Okay, so we're talking about this now. Okay, here we go. Claims. I had a brother call me, and I think he was wanting me to help him do some things that probably wasn't on the up and up. But the reason why I say that is because he called me one day and he goes, "Hey, man, they're looking at, they're really looking at these, and they're trying to make sure nobody's doing no frauds." And I'm like, "Well, why are we having this conversation?" I think I talked about this guy before. Why are we having this conversation? And at the same time, then I said, "Well, did you watch this video I made?" He's been talking to me for over 6 months, and I've watched none of my YouTube videos. I'm not saying that I'm the one to watch, but I mean, you're gonna call me and talk about this crap, and you're not even watching. But hey, I'm gonna tell you on the real. There's a lot of people who don't watch any of my videos, and I'm not bad about it at all. But then they will call me and talk to me about some crazy stuff, and I'm like, "Well, really? Did you watch any of my videos?" I mean, I got cats asking me about what the ID card should look like. I got 3 dudes. I'm like, dude, I mean, come on, seriously. Okay, so we know what the new ID card is. If you haven't seen that, look it on there and see crap. If it's not totally explained to you, hit me up in a comment, and don't feel. Look here. Whatever you do, don't you feel bad about asking me any questions or whatever. You do those things. Look, I don't say I know everything or anything. I'm just blessed to be amongst you and at least give you something that I think that I know. Right? So no, I say that on the real because we are all looking for expectations of every individuals. And expectations are what? And so I believe expectations are this. I need to tell you what's up in the first 5 seconds. And I need to start doing that. And I apologize for my last video. So we're going to tell you what's up. If you have questions about it, you can always shoot them up in comments or whatever. And if you don't, I'm cool with that. My thing is, I just want, look here, I'm going to tell you this. And I don't mean to be doing this on purpose, but this is how it is. Every time I think of what I would like for my people to experience that are here, it reminds me of when I went to African Dreaming's page. Him and his wife, beautiful people. Just want you to do better. The TLA. We just want to keep you from going into traps and minefields that's going to get you caught up. Like I say, I don't know everything, but I'll do my gosh darn. And my man, the goddamn bacon. Every time I think about the goddamn bacon. And much props to him and his beautiful page too. Check that brother out. But yeah, we just want to see everybody do better. Luscious Journey, my girl, my sister, her, Sean, Denise, Gail, my sisters. Suzette speaks. Bless your heart. We just want to see you do better. And my thing is this: I'm not going to break you down rabbit holes. I'm gonna take them for you. I'll take those for you, and I'm gonna tell you where I stopped at and where I think that you should be good to go, and how, from this perspective, as a 58-year-old man, and I'm back in the gym. You guys gonna see this because I'm gonna be like the TLA, but I'm 58, and I'm gonna be showing you how 58-year-old gets down. Okay, but anyway, I digress again, and I apologize. But no, I want everyone, each and every one of you guys, each and every one of you, and I say this with sincerity. You know, as much as I keep doing the show, and I start doing it more, you guys are teaching me a lot, and I will tell you this honestly. If it wasn't for you guys, shifting soil, African dream, brother, so good, so good. Peter, OG, and you guys, I'm telling you, and when I hear, you know, some of my veterans can't stay asleep at night and they're up. Normally, I'll be taking medication and I'll be out like a lamplight, but I know how it is for my veterans who cannot sleep at night. I know how it is to, you know, be up and you're kind of suffering. You just like to have some casual conversation or whatever. And last I was on with Africa Dreaming and Shifting to Soil. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You guys, if you haven't watched the last few, don't watch all the first. Watch when they came up. They were beautiful. And they were wonderful to talk with. And so I would tell you this, like I said, it's a blessing for me to have these beautiful people up on my page, and they would kept it going for me. I was going to get a beer and everything else. Bless their hearts, you guys are beautiful. But you know, these people are giving you quality content, and on top of me trying to give you quality content, and like I say, I'm about to give you 200%, 100% real, ladies and gentlemen. Is Yeah, no. The thing I want you to do, if you know a veteran or a veteran, if you see these cats that's on the streets, I would say with these guys on the streets, you have to let them be what they're going to be. Unless you're part of an organization that's going to help the homeless get off the streets, confronting them one-on-one is a whole different issue. Mental issues, and no, you're not probably ready to deal with that because I deal with my own mental issues and I'm not ready to deal with that. There's an organization that maybe you can contribute to, from my perspective, that can help them better. But believe me, though, I see some cats on the street and I'll buy them a sandwich, you know, whatever. I even took off my shoes. One of the reasons I took off the shoes, I didn't like the shoes no more, and I said maybe they could fit him. And gave him some shoes, got back in my car. I was barefooted, but my feet were more comfortable without the shoes on, and he liked them. And I'm like, okay, cool. So a bottle of water and some shoes, he was straight. But I'm not saying this in every situation, okay? I would say this. From my perspective as a 100% disabled veteran who does still donate, do it through an organization. You could give, I mean, if you want to give some time to people on the streets or whatever, you know, wow, that's your thing. I had no problem with that. But understand this. Donations are like a drug sometimes. If I know I can get those every time I go to that particular spot, then why do I need to go over here? I'm going to go over and get that little donation. And a donation is what you call as a fish for a day. It's not a fish for a life. They're not being taught to fish so they can move their life to a better level. They're just, okay, cool. Wally is in the house, man. Wally, man, bless your heart, brother. You be moving it there. Wally's a good man. And Wally, I got to make sure I put you on my wrench next time I'm up here. I was actually just giving some late night stuff because I talked to a few veterans today, and these brothers are doing way better than me. Way better than me. I mean, they are pulling in their money. I mean, like, dude, a couple of my veterans that I know, they're pulling in, really actually taking advantage of, well, not taking advantage, but doing what is required for them and receiving their benefits. And I know some veterans are pulling in like 10 grand a month. And I talked to them. I said, because some of them I helped get to that point. And they said, I talked about this earlier. They said, well, I said, tell me, what I can tell people on this live stream. You guys heard me talk about this. And they said, well, give me some time. We'll get back with you. So I got back with them. They said, well, the same thing that you told me. They said, keep fighting. He said, they said, I wouldn't have got it if you didn't say anything. And these cats served way before I even went in. They served back in the 70s, 60s. And now they're finally getting 100%, which is rightfully deserved. So this is what I say when I come up here on this channel here. And this is why I say this, and people kind of get kind of weak with this or whatever. I'm not, it's all good. We're about moving ahead. We're about moving forward. Look here. On the YouTube, we will talk about why a woman's this, why a man's this, why the system's this, why the system's not this, why color's this. Look, okay, here we go. Yes, color does matter. Unfortunately, in the United States, but not knowing your rights is worse. Not knowing what you're entitled to is worse. I need to know that before and when I know what I'm entitled to what's going on, okay, then I can fight the other stuff. But until you know the law that applies to you, come on now. So this is what we're talking about. We're talking about, I don't know everybody's situation. Every veteran's path is different from every other veteran's. Everybody's life paths. I go in the gym and I work out. Everybody's DNA is different. You need to know what applies to you according to law. Law doesn't say your DNA and all this. It says this is what the law is. If you are not totally understanding of that, then start asking the questions what you're not understanding about so you can get the answer. Everybody's not going to have the answer, not one person. One person may have the answer for you. But only way you're going to know that is if you start asking questions. Okay? So, if we want to talk about arrests, I don't knock anybody's channel. What I'm saying is this. As a matter of fact, I appreciate everybody's channel who I run across or who is ever on my subject. I appreciate you. Man, I really do. Because they leave me with a wider look at things and not just a narrow look at things. So if you are concerned about whether your rights are not being taken care of or looked at to where you would like them to be looked at, what have you looked in and done your research so you know you're not being played? There's no information that's not going to come without you spending time or spending money. You can spend money and you get an attorney You get some personals on YouTube, and they will give you your answers. Spending time. Do you have the time to spend to get your results? Now, if you're working with a VA and you got denied on a hearing, how much time do you have? What is it, a year? 6 months? So you have to learn how to utilize that. If you have the time to do research, it's going to help you save money because you know the particular questions that you need to be asking. So, what are you doing with your time? They always say time is money, and that is no lie. All right. I mean, no, cats don't want to hear it, but I'm gonna tell you this on the real. Everything that you see in my studio took time, and it took money. I have some equipment in my studio that's 10 years old. Still haven't mastered it, but I'm not working at it. So what do I have to do? I have to ask myself, where can I find this information? Or do I have to pay for this information? How quick do I need to know what I need to know? Remember this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm only going to give it to you 100%. And you have to ask yourself, where am I with my percentage rating? Where do I want to be with that percentage rating? Do I have the right information to get me that percentage rating? If I do not, how do I obtain this information? There's free avenues. Always understand this stuff. And I'm not doing negative anybody. If you're not paying for it and you're getting it for free, understand the energy that's happening behind free. You have to know, are these people motivated behind free? And why is that? But just look into that and be cognizant about your situation. Look up your situation. Handle your situation and understand this. Nobody wants to give you nothing for free if they think they can be paid for it. So you say, what am I here for? I don't I will tell you this though, honestly, I'll have to say this when it comes to the pay thing. If I get to the point where I pay people, it's because I'm tired of people wasting my time. I've had 2 people ask me about YouTube channel, and I'm like, I'm a rookie. Go and they went and got with me, and they spent their time trying to show off who they were and wanted to complain about who they didn't like about me. I'm like, this dude just wasted 3 hours of my time with this bull crap. So if I ever get to that point, it's like, somebody, I want to, well, okay, then we're going to talk about spending money. And if you don't want to spend it, that's fine with me. If you don't want to, go and listen to my YouTube channel and watch it all for free. And some people want you to answer their particular questions. I've had people ask me setup questions, set up knowing that they were wrong in everything that they were asking me. And they just sit there and try to throw that crap out to me. And I was like, really? And I told them, I'll get back with you. And then after 4 weeks, I didn't get back with them. They finally decided to tell me the true story about what's going on. Come to find out, they weren't entitled to anything. Oh, good Lord. Yeah. But these are the type of people who will send you up the alley to fight, and you turn around and nobody's behind you. No, I laugh because you have to laugh. Because if you don't laugh, it's because you really take me so serious. And no. So I would say this. I respect each and every one for their questions. let's wrap. Let's get to some questions that's going to help move us to the next level of living. This is what I say. I don't want to spend time talking about who ain't, who is, and who ain't. Let's talk about what it is and how we can move forward. Huh? Can we agree to get with that? All right. I hope we can, because this is not like, look. And this is why, if you come on late at night, a lot of people don't get to hear it. Because most of the people are asleep because they are listening to the prime time. And that is whether somebody likes you or not, or that's no problem, because we're going to have that conversation as well. And we talked about that earlier. And that is, should you get married before or after you are in the military? Yeah. I had my things on that. So I let you guys slide with this because this is my third or fourth podcast. I haven't addressed that situation. Let you guys get away with it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to address that. And I'm going to take you to a military town that's, notorious for some of this stuff that's going down, but good people, and we have to look at it. I was talking with some people today, real quick. I lived over in San Bernardino, California. San Bernardino, California is the ghetto right now. Now, when I lived in San Bernardino, California, I lived there when I was only like the third Black family living into the area. Oh man, we're getting called all kind of stuff, the N-words and all that and all that and all that. I go back. Oh, I go back. It has changed. I'm scared because the same people look like me about to jack me for some money. They're looking at me like you take a wrong step wrong. I'm telling you. Okay, so let me give you this real quick. Ghetto Walmart. Okay, so I'm in San Bernardino. We used to live in San Bernardino back in the day in the 80s. It changed in the 2000s. It went from straight white to Black, Mexican, whatever. Okay, so here we go. Now, you guys tell me this. I want your honest opinion on this. Here, check this out. So, I go down and said, I call, what was it? Pizza. I think Domino's. I want to pick up a pizza. It's like, cheap pizza, $10. So, I jump in the car, roll down the street. I said, I got to stop at the ATM. I stop at the ATM. I'm getting ready to get some money out. There's some chick pounding on my rear window. I'm like, what the? And I told her, I said, I pulled over and I was going to break her off. I said, don't you ever, you don't run up on nobody while they're at the ATM. You don't do that. You will get dealt with, right? I said, this woman is crazy. Okay, so but check this out. It got even more crazy. So I go across the street. I'm like, I'm going to grab me a 6-pack. And chick goes, this sister rolled up to me and she goes, man, I'm surprised you didn't shoot her. I'm like, you saw that shit? She goes, yeah. She goes, see, look, I'm the type of hoe wait for you to get your money before I actually you want to buy me. I'm like, and oh, good Lord. I said, let me get my shit. I go over to the Pizza Hut, pick up the Domino's and pick up my pizza. I get offered some cocaine rock. I get off, and I'm like, you motherfuckers is crazy out here. Yeah, but that's, but certain atmospheres is what you deal with. I lived in Long Beach, Compton, Inglewood. I didn't live in Inglewood. I lived in Long Beach, Compton, and then we moved out to San Bernardino. I lived in a lot of places because my own stepfather was in the Navy. But anyway, I digress. We're rapping about this again. When we rock with this channel here, I need you guys to bring it, man. I need you guys to bring it. Let's start asking questions. Of course, we're looking for questions to bring resolve. My thing is not, I don't want to sit here and blame any person for I mean, I can do that. I'm 58, dog. I can blame anybody if I want to, but that's negative. I ain't got time for that bullshit. Okay, so what we need to do is focus on how we can move forward, how we understand. This is one thing I love about African Dreamers page as well, is that we talk about how beautiful you are as a person and move forward as a person and moving. I was talking to a brother today. Now check this out. My life, I'm blessed and it's very interesting. So I pull into the parking lot where I live. Security pulls up. This dude's in this big Ford 350, right? He's from he's Solvent, and me and him get to rapping, right? He's leaning towards a Republican, but he votes independent or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, right on, cool. Um, I'm like the goddamn it's bacon. I don't, whatever. You just come here, we're gonna chop it up and whatever. But we get to talking, and while we were rapping, he was explaining it to me. He's only been in this country for 3 years, and how things that he sees are moving towards his dismay and whatever. But I'm like, okay, cool, cool, cool. Now the problem is that I've lived in this country all my life. So, my thing is I've seen things flip and flop all over the board. And please believe me, I can jump into the political realm and play that, but to me, it's too dicey. It is too fucking, pardon my vernacular, it's too messy. And I don't want to get into that because what it does is cloud the fact that I want to get you educated about your veterans benefits. I want you to get focused on what you are entitled to. Even if you're not a veteran, what you are entitled to. If we get to the point where I got to sit here and go, I don't like this person, I don't like that person, I don't like, I don't have no time for that. Life is too short. Thing is, what are we trying to do to push this needle forward? And I like that what Sir Hale Speaks said the same thing when he was doing one of his podcasts. And please check that brother out. Is what are we doing to move forward? I'm tired of complaining about this and complaining about that, or what we don't like about this. You will find very few people who want to put their foot on the needle to move it forward. And that is, ask anybody that you know, who is your county representative? If you go to county or the city council, who is your representative at your city council? A lot of people don't even know the basics of that, but they're still trying to say what they should think that they should do up in the White House. You have no idea, because look, far be it for your kid who's 5 years old to tell you what you should be doing with your life. This is how we conduct ourselves when we don't even know how this silly ass politics gets down. I ain't saying it's all that, and I'm not saying it's the bomb. What I'm saying is, before you can denounce this bullshit, you have to know what you are putting in your if you don't know anything about your city council that you live in, check it out. Look at it. Let me tell you this, and I'm gonna give you some real talk. I was at a gala, and some city council members were there at this gala. One of the ladies told me, "Do you know that guy?" I said, "Yeah, I know." I said, "No, I don't know him, but I know of him." She goes, "You know what he told me when I told him I'm having problems with living where I'm living?" I said, "No, what did he tell me?" He said, "And stop complaining and move out." This is the person who wants your vote, telling you to stop complaining and move out. So then my question would be is, who's controlling your pockets for you to say something like that? Now, this is why I say I want you, ladies and gentlemen, to start thinking when you're looking or talking about, women don't get along with these men and black women don't get. Let's start looking at the politics. Because whether we choose to get along at all, the soil is shifting underneath your feet. And if you don't see that happening or don't pay attention to that happening, It doesn't matter if I'm getting along with a black woman or not, or an Asian woman or a white woman or not. The people, look here. I want each and every one of you to focus on trying to own property in the next 10 years. Own property or own a house or property, but I don't want you going in debt doing it. When you own property, people in your council will listen to you and pay more attention to you. If you don't believe me, go to a city council meeting, and now you can still do them virtual. Have somebody who complain about their property versus a person complaining about their apartment. You don't know. You will be disrespected and treated with disrespect. Because at the bottom of the line, if you don't have no property, you don't have no voice. Yeah, you can complain about, and the only way you can complain about living in an apartment if the person is lining up or messing with the Apartment Housing Act, if that's available in your city. And then on top of that, you're going to have so many people complaining about where they're living is that your phone call will be backed up probably about 150 people, if minimum, if you own an apartment. Now own some property and watch that vernacular change. No, you guys don't get it. I'm telling you. As a Seattle Blk veteran here, I talk to you about veteran things. But these things apply to my veterans who have wives, husbands. But I'm telling you, if you're not paying attention to this, we're talking about moving forward. Yes, there's a lot of shit that we do not like that's out here, but how do we move forward? And I'll give you, look, like African Dreaming, owning his own stuff over there, doing his thing, they try to stretch out. And I agree with African Dreaming when he says this. I ain't telling you where to move or live. I just want you to move somewhere and live where you're happy and nobody's screwing over you. You are getting your, look, how many of us know how to buy land in the United States? How many know how to buy land in the United States? I mean, where that land could probably prosper you in the next 20, 30 years, if not you, your kids, how to get that land, even if you want to have that land and just live on, or you can just get your car, drive your mobile home, and that's your thing and camp out for the night. How many of us know how to get that? This is what we need to be focusing on. It's us having a foot on the scale. Okay? All right? So I'm telling you, because this is what the Seattle Blk veteran is moving towards. I'm going to get my land. I'm going to get my property. I don't care if I'm almost dead before I get it. Hopefully, I can find a relative to pass it on to. But I'm not going to be living in an apartment or a condo or a townhouse. I'm not knocking nobody who does that. If you are there, that is your shit. I know a person in a townhouse right now, a condo. Right now, condo bought it for 100 and something, worth almost 300,000 or something. So shit, I can't knock that. You got to rock and roll and get what you can get while you can get it. But at the same time, I'm telling you, if you're on these YouTube streets, we don't need to just be talking about what you can't, what ain't. We need to talk about what you should be doing and moving that needle forward. Moving that needle forward is this. Start strategizing how you can get you some property. Start looking. People are buying up property left and right in Detroit now because they're trying to bring Detroit property back. And so right now, you can get that for $200, $300, $400 if you know how to do it. But then I'm pretty sure it has increased. So, all right. So what we doing with this? I'm challenging each and every one of y'all who is listening. If you know anybody more, you tell them. I'm challenging within the next 10 years. If I'm still alive, I want to hear you come and talking about you on property. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, own some property. Matter of fact, I think most of the people are moving to the moon now, so you can have much of the property as you want down here. They trying to move to the moon, baby. And I'm telling you, you guys stay on point with this. Okay, so let me back it up and rewind. We're talking about the veterans, and it still contains a veterans. If you're 100% veteran, you need to see about, especially if you got an income, you and your wife are pulling in at least 8 G's a month. You can probably pull in less than that, but you could be racking up some property or something somewhere. But hopefully you and your wife can work it out. But on the real, boys and girls, though, I'm gonna stop spitting some lie to you because before they come and kick in my door, the next ambulance you might hear might be for me. No, I'm just clowning. But I'm gonna let you guys do your thing. I am going to get off of here and go actually have some dinner. I was over at Renton earlier today. And Renton behind me, if you saw the first one, yeah, check it out. Just a few minutes. And that's from one of my people's place. And that's where they built the 737 MAX. They improved it now. So, yeah. And so what I try to do is bring you, is get you out of the little studio I have. I got 3 of them. And this one I like better. But what I try to do is show you some of Washington State. So they said this is going to be the second highest traveling place to go. I don't know if that's true or not, but I wanted to kick it to you so at least you guys know, hey, this is where you can come. This is where you need to get down. And you don't need to waste your time doing other stuff that is unnecessary. Because I will tell you, we had the Blue Angels recently, and we have the hydro races that happen. And that's usually a get down. You got money? Yeah, you can get down. It's pretty cool. I've been there a few times, but once you are Washingtonian, you don't really go out there. So that's why you just see me rolling out there. And here, if it's past 80 degrees, it's hotter than all get out, and we're not ready for it. So, but anyway, I got to get you back on the ferry. And if there's any other places in Washington that you are interested in for me to go to and film and put it on here, kick it to me in the comments, and we'll try to do that. I still got to go to Mount Rainier. Honestly, believe this. I've been living off and on in Washington since '82, and I have not been around Mount Rainier. Just not where, but anyway, but yeah, hit me up, let me know. And if there's some places in there because we can chop it up. But I like to chop it up, and I like to give you a 3-for-1, and that is, you can get to see what's going on here, know what's going on here when you get here. Oh, Ballard Locks. It's like the mini Panama Canal, very medium, I say. But you can sit on the side of Ballard Locks, and you can see the salmon spawning up springs. And in Renton, they have a lot of the salmon that spawn up springs. I don't know, since the climate is changing, but I just want to let you guys know this because if I'm talking from the Seattle Blk Veteran, and I honestly plan on moving out of here, I love Washington State, but it's getting hell of expensive to live up here. But we'll keep you abreast. And matter of fact, we're going to go back to Bremerton, and we'll take a trip on the USS Turner Joy, which is a World War II destroyer. So you guys can see what that's about. So we can, we'll just walk you through it so you can see what's going on. I'm not going to take you on my cell phone because the thing is crappy. I'm going to GoPro it, and I'll get it to you guys. But you guys let me know anywhere on Western Washington, and that's where you can see the Mount Rainier. You let me know what you'd like to see, and if I can pull it off, I will pull it off. Okay. At the same time, again, as a Seattle Blk Veteran, no smoke, no cloud, no jokes. We want you to know what's going to be beneficial to you and what's going to help you move forward. It's no longer we're talking about, with this and that and this. We want to talk about your questions to moving forward. What do we need to do, to move forward? What's going to help our living standards or whatever. And it's really interesting because, hold up. African Dreamers here. Hold up, African Dreamer. One more second. I am going to come right back. I'm coming right back. I'm breaking up. You guys hang on here. Hold up. One African Dreamer. They're going nowhere. Hold up. Oh, yeah. All righty then. Yes. Oh man, you guys know I gotta say what's up to the one and only my brother from another mother. We gotta bring an African Dreamer. This is my man. Hey brother, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great, sir. About yourself? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm blessed with you and your presence, man. Thank you so much. Got all you guys up in the house this morning. What time is it where you are, my brother?
It is 11:26 in the a.m., bro. Yeah.
Right on.
Sunday morning, and that's what I'm doing. I'm being easy like Sunday morning, baby.
Right on, man. Hey, when's next time you and your wife are going live? I think it's coming up like Tuesday, right? Uh-oh. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. African Dreamer. I think I lost you, brother. Oh, hold up.
No, I'm here. I
Oh,
muted it, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. My bad, bro. My bad.
No worries.
Kind of multitasking a little bit.
No, I hear you, because I was like, I decided to do this late because I was coming on. I was over in Renton, and
okay.
Yeah, so I was showing because I was over at my people's place over there, and you see the Boyne Field behind. But I just wanted to get up on here, and actually because I wanted to give everybody some real talk here. Yeah, because I mentioned you, and I was mentioning you because I said this brother is real. He moved out to where he's moving, and he's being very authentic about what's going on over in that particular place where you are, because over here in the United States now, I think you know this, and anybody else is in the chat can say this, and is that we're going through a lot of issues here in the United States. Yeah, and most people. Oh, that's why I brought you up, because I said a lot of people are focusing on the issues, but not focusing on where we can move forward. And I was saying that I love you and your wife's channel, because you two are always talking about moving forward and people progressing. Not because because you do your growing. This brother's for real. I mean, I've talked to him, and then roosters are skipping their bark on in the morning, and that's cool. But yeah, tell me where you are with that, my brother, because me.
Well, I think, again, I mean, I don't want to be too. Well, first off, thank you for bringing me up, and thank you for letting me be a part of the conversation. It's I think America's in a weird space. I think the world is in a weird space, but I really think America is in a unique spot right now, because it's kind of like this, man. I'm kind of getting more and more on the kick of finding your village. And what I mean by that is like-minded persons or people who you share a certain collective goal with, and make that your people, and let that be enough for right now. Because like you always readily admit you don't have the answers, but you will look for them. I don't have the answers, I'll look for them. And it's just it's a really unique time to be alive. I'm sure every generation say that, every period say that, but man, it's just weird as hell right now.
No, you are so right. I used to say this all the time. I said, we are living in some amazing times, you know. And I say that because it seems like, like they say the plates that hold, we can shift and the earthquake can happen. And it's really interesting. I was talking with the chief earlier today.
I caught a little bit of that conversation. I was in and out, but I caught some of that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right on. Yeah, I was rapping to him, and I said, "Well, I want to bring a authentic conversation up when I do my live stream, and it's really interesting because a lot of people around don't understand that." I was like, "Well," and I said, "Well, just give me your input later on." And he goes, so he told me, he says, "Well," he says, "like you told me," he says, "like I learned from you, is I didn't know I had these privileges and how I could really," and I'm like, "Yeah, man, you can really." And so now, he's pulling in 10 G's a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo.
I'm saying. Woo. And so he is telling me, I said, "Well, because I was telling them when I got to 90%, I said, dude, y'all should be fighting for your stead." But they were like more like, don't be pissing people off. You got to. I said, you know what? When it comes to my rights, that's the law. Yeah, but you know how it is. You can piss some people off.
I mean, I don't think you can say nothing. You can say good morning, you're gonna piss somebody off in 2022. I mean, you just, that's unavoidable, especially if you're on a public platform.
Oh man. And this what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my because I videotaped all the things that I was going through, and actually it was being more really kind of explicit. But when I was talking to him, he says, "Well, you told me this." And he says, "Why do you think I got?" But when these people got there, they didn't come back and tell me how he got it. So, I had to be kind of homogenized with that and just go, okay, right on. Just like, okay, cool, you got it. You didn't come back and help me, but but it was just seeing people get in there and man.
I'm sure for the veterans, man, you helping a lot of people, bro. You helping a lot of people who on the fence and maybe thought they either didn't deserve or didn't even know where to start or had no clue about how to begin the process. I mean, that in and of itself is like an amazing thing that you're doing, and you deserve all the credit for it and all the kudos for it, because a lot of people don't do it to begin with, and those who don't do it, you have a unique style of acknowledging and admitting what you don't know, and what you do know, you share with others. So that's what's up. And then you're gonna run across these cats, like you said, man, who kind of resistant to whatever, my knees hurt, but I don't like how the VA smell when I go in there. So fuck it, I'm just, I mean, you ain't nothing you can do with that, bro. Ain't nothing you can do with that.
Yeah, you know it, my brother. It's insane. You cook it bacon?
How you know? That's exactly, man. Let me put my mic. Let me put my doggone mic on,
No,
man.
you come.
I
I
mean,
said
you hit the nail
it
on the head.
sounds good. I mean, I don't even need bacon, but I'm like, it sounds good. I'm like, all right.
You hit the nail on the head, man. Let me get out the kitchen. But I
I
just came
said,
back in the
nah,
house
you
to check it
doing
real
good,
quick.
my brother.
I told, hey, on Sundays I take it easy, bro. It's usually,
Oh, you
because
ain't
I've been up
lying.
since early. But Sundays,
Yes.
man, I like to take Sundays real easy, baby. Like Sunday morning.
There you go, baby boy. I hear you on that one because I'm about to dive into that. I'm like, man, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You need to head up to Mukilteo. You talking about going over to
Oh,
Washington State?
dude, they be
Go up
throwing
to the
down.
raceway, catch you a couple of races, and
Yep,
then catch the ferry on over to Kingsgate and
yep, yep,
uh
yep. You know it. Cause I'm about to. I'm like, because I'm like now, because I'm only living, right now. My boy, he told me come hang out with him, and he lives like about 3 miles away from the SeaTac airport. I'm like, oh, okay, so he just need to put your car here. I'll take you. I'm like, all right, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get out and get busy. African
okay,
dreaming
okay.
up in the spot, my brother. I've been on it for 2 hours now. Get out of here. Right
It
now.
go by quick, don't it? It go by
I'm
real
telling
quick,
you,
don't it?
dog. Let me tell you though, man, because you go at the video that you cooking up over there, brother. Because I'm like you, man. Let me tell you, African dreaming. This is a real good brother. Um, you have so many ways you could expand your because you just a real good brother, and then you living in
Oh, thank
Africa
you
too.
for that, man.
Man, no, I'm telling you, real tough. And you live in Africa too, man. Man, there's so many ways. You're gonna hit this brother up, subscribe, get him up to 1,000. Him and his wife deserve it. And watch everything he do. Watch. Cause brother,
Thank you, bro.
man, I can't wait to see you because I'm telling you, you and Shifting some Soil, Wally come up on here, and I get OG Patrice, my girl. I ain't seen her in a minute, but you two, I don't know where. I'm surprised Shifting some Soil didn't come up in here, but we'll catch up with her though. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
get up
yeah.
out of here, my dog. But go ahead, please talk.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I just want to jump in and say, hey, real quick, support the channel, support the live, and I'm glad I got to catch it. And I'm gonna step back down and go get this breakfast right. But I'm gonna keep listening.
Nothing but love, man. You go up here. I'm about to shut this down, but I appreciate you and your beautiful wife.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you. I got you on the. Oh, matter of fact, it's African underscore dreaming the Instagram page.
On the
So
Instagram, yeah, yeah.
yeah, catch him on there because I got to go hit it up as well. All right, African dreaming. I love you, my brother. I wish you and your beautiful wife nothing but the best and blessings, my brother.
Same, bro. Same, man. Yo, take care.
Take good care, my brother. I am the Seattle Blk Veteran, and we are